what steps can someone take to make themselves more employable and attractive to employers in the short term? What are some
Yeah,
thoughts there?
I think that one of the most perhaps overlooked or underrated aspects of this is soft skills. So I want you to focus on developing your soft skills. And what does that mean, just in case somebody's not sure? So a soft skill is something that it's a skill that's a little bit more intangible. Things like communication, problem solving, critical thinking. It's highly transferable to different lines of work in different industries, and it's almost, it feels more like a personality characteristic a little bit. It's kind of some of those intrinsic characteristics that you have, versus something like knowing exactly how to use a certain software system. That's more of a hard skill, right? But being able to exercise discretion or have good writing skills, or communication, those things are more soft skills. Even just judgment and discretion. So those are the skills that are really, really desirable by employers because they're very hard to train. You're going to be expected to come to the job with that emotional intelligence and with those soft skills already. They can train you more on the job specific skills, but not so much on decision making and discretion and problem solving and things like that. You need to come to the job with that already. And those are the skills that you're going to demonstrate in the interview. And soft skills are often what will differentiate a person from somebody else in the interview, because you can't demonstrate soft skills so much on a resume. That's a little bit more about the functions that you in the hard skills that you perform. But when you are communicating with somebody, when you are in an interview, they're assessing your personality and they're assessing your soft skills as well. So that's your time to shine with that. And that really can be the determining factor between you and another candidate who has a really similar resume. So keep that in mind, that that is what employers are really looking for. It's harder to train. You need to have it. And that's oftentimes the deciding factor in an interview. So developing your soft skills will take you very, very far. There's something that you can discern very quickly when you speak with somebody. You get a good vibe, you like talking to them, you can tell that they're confident and competent. That's what employers are looking for.
Yeah, a couple of things on that. One, soft skills cannot be replaced by AI. I know it's all the buzz right now, right? Artificial intelligence and how people are how that's gonna replace people in there. So developing your soft skills is something that cannot necessarily be replaced by a computer, because computers can only do what you tell them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a definitely, and that's something we could talk about probably in another interview, is the impact of AI and how to differentiate yourself from a computer. So
Yes.
you don't get absorbed into this AI or pushed out by a computer, because they can do certain things, but they can't do everything. And I think the soft skills is one of those things they can't do.
Yeah.
Another point I wanted to bring up was ageism.
Okay.
And what I mean by this is that those of us with more experience and wisdom, I would consider myself in that category, have these soft skills. We have the maturity and the ability to develop them. I was watching something the other day, and they talked about the younger generation not having these soft skills, the work ethic, these things that the employers are actually looking for right now. They're looking for loyalty. They're looking for someone that can, it sounds basic, but show up on time and do the hard work. And the soft skills have communication and be able to fill out a conversation, not necessarily just read a book and regurgitate an answer. What are some of your thoughts or things that you're seeing in regards to ageism in a positive way? What are some things
Absolutely.
that you're
Age can be an advantage. Absolutely. But you need to feel that within yourself and believe that your age is an advantage. And I think that you need to figure out, as you said, what are those characteristics or skills that I have that perhaps the younger generation doesn't have? And how can I lean into that? And how can I talk more about
right?
that and make that the focal point of my interview and make sure that those skills come through? Because older workers do have a lot of wisdom. They do have a lot of experience, and you can speak to that experience and connect those dots from how that experience translates into solving the employer's problems, right? So you want to think about what are the problems that this employer has, and how have I solved those in the past? How do I have the experience already to solve something similar that maybe a younger person might know intellectually but hasn't actually really done yet? So be prepared to give specific examples of how you can solve the employer's problems and how you have that certain quality, that work ethic, that emotional intelligence, because that is something that can't be trained and that can't be done by AI. And it does vary generation to generation. I will agree with you on that. There are some differences. So lean into that a little bit. And I can say that as a millennial, technically, I'm an old millennial. But there are some differences. Okay. And each generation has its strengths, right? We all have
Right.
one of the strengths of the older generation. So make sure to focus on that.